Hello, this is Ron Amidon again. I'm here to discuss my qualifications and why I believe that I would make a good trustee for our Brawley Elementary School Board. Session one was about my background, when I was in school, in college, before my teaching career. Section two was about my 30 years of teaching in the Brawley Elementary School District. And today I'm going to be talking about uh, Brawley Elementary School District issues and my feelings, my beliefs on some of these things that I especially feel are important to our district. One of the most important issues I believe is morale. And I've seen it throughout my years in the school district. Issues concerning morale, but among the staff in the school district. Um, in other words, there were things that they weren't maybe content with, or they felt that they were not being treated fairly, or given an opportunity to share their concerns. And I just feel that it's so important because even in the classroom for me and my students, I know that if I showed favoritism and the students spotted that and saw me doing that, that it would cause morale problems in my classroom. The students probably would be reluctant to maybe do their best work, or maybe slack off a little bit, and they would probably say say things behind my back or even in front of me. So, equality is an important characteristic for our school district to maintain. Now, I know that personnel in our district, that they have specific, responsibilities. But regardless of the responsibility, to be treated as a person and not to be taken advantage of because maybe they don't have the authority that someone else does. So my thing would be to for the district to encourage employees to share without feeling threatened by that. If they have concerns or maybe they have better ideas and so on, you know, the individual and their job, they know that job better than anybody else. And because of that, I would take their opinion very strongly. We have this COVID-19 that's been going on for a few months now. And I know that the big issue is how do we get back to our instruction of our students? And right now, basically, it's from home. And I know that it's a very, very challenging. Um, it's very challenging for our staff, for the teachers in particular, and administrators, as well as the students and the parents also, to try to stay healthy, not being exposed to the virus, and also to continue their education. I would say that I know that we would all probably like to have the opportunity to return back to our classrooms, or the students and the parents alike also. Um, but we need to respect the state, our governor, and also the Imperial County, um, as far as what we can and cannot do. So we're just gonna have to continue to be patient. And one thing I will say though, as a teacher, I know that we have a lot of creative teachers, and maybe along with that, students or parents. And I'm sure that some of them have a way of instructing that might be easier and not be an obstacle to the health of our students. And I would hope that that our school district would encourage uh, staff that might have ideas, better ideas for that. That they'd be willing to listen to. Also, they need to listen to the problems that staff are having. And I can only imagine. I'm not there with them, but I can only imagine, frustration, impatience, and things of that nature to trying to deal with this and to meet our goal of educating our young people. Another concern that I have is the hiring and firing of school personnel. I know that these issues are taking they're considered by the school board, and they're in confidentiality. So I know that we need to respect the individual, whoever might be addressed at. Um, but I would really emphasize that every individual that is being considered for hiring or terminated, that they have an opportunity to share their concerns, whatever they may be. Because I know a lot of times, we hear that in closed session, so and so was, terminated, or so and so was hired, and so on. And there's not a lot of, well, there is recourse if they feel they're treated unfairly. But because of the confidentiality, we really can't go into detail, meaning the school board. And this is another thing that I think can affect the morale of the district. And we just need to respect uh, these individuals as a person. They have families. They live within our community. They may have children that are part of our school district, and all these things are important. When we hire new staff, um, I've seen a tendency to um, first year staff. And basically, they're just filling a void, a need for the district. And often I see them the next year, they're just let go. And in my mind, I see that as, as this teacher or whatever the personnel might be, that, they're just being used in a way, I believe. And they're not really being respected or given the support that they need to succeed. If we're going to hire somebody, we need to support them, whatever their weaknesses may be or their needs may be. The budget is to ensure that we can function financially in our school district, and the needs of the students should come first, and then from there we prioritize the needs of the district, whatever they may be. Salaries would be a big thing. The middle school that's been we've been waiting on for a few years already to be built. Um, Again, we just need to be patient and keep communication open with the state as to our status. And one thing I will say, and I'm all in favor of it, one thing I will say is, spending the last 11 years of my teaching at Barbara Worth, I've got a pretty good perspective on, the workings of a junior high or middle school. Okay, and so that would be something that I really feel that I could provide some insight into. So these are just some of the things. I know that if I was elected and on the school board, that I would be privy to a lot more information than I am as a citizen of the community, and so I could elaborate and have a better understanding. One thing I believe I'm very good at is asking questions. In other words, I ask questions not to hear myself talk, or supposedly to try to show, how smart I think I am or whatever. But I ask questions because from questions come answers, and answers help provide information. And I believe that the more information one has, uh, the better decision they're going to make. And so I'm really, that is something that I'm very, very, very strong on. It's been part of my nature since whenever. So finally, I would just like to mention a few of the characteristics that I believe make up my character, okay, my personality, that will drive and determine, the things that I do and say on the school board, and hopefully it gives you a better idea as to just exactly who I am. Leadership is one. I served on the teachers union as a secretary, building rep, representing school sites, and also I was a negotiator. Okay, all these things help to develop my leadership skills. I don't like to sit still. If I see something in need, I'm gonna if I have the ability to do something about it, I will. Okay, and nobody's gonna need to tell me. And again, that's just my nature. Uh, so service. I'll do if I see things that need to be done. I'll do what I can. Cooperation. I feel I get along very, very well with other people, whether it's the students, parents, and school personnel. Um, Good cooperation. I don't think there's anybody that really would feel uh, uncomfortable, maybe addressing me as a school board member. Respect. I try to respect everybody. Every Everybody is a unique individual from the students on up, and if you know, so I listen to them. I just don't hear them, but I listen to them what they have to say. They're different. Everybody's different, so they've got different needs and so on, and they need to be treated as such. Time and effort are a couple of things also that I have to share if I'm elected on the school board. I've got a lot of time. I'm retired, and I've always been one. When I was a teacher, putting in those extra hours to prepare for my classes. Effort is another thing. Um, I would just like to be able to continue my education in the Brawley Elementary School District. So, in general, I've dedicated and served 30 years in our Brawley Elementary School District, and now I'm asking the voters to allow me to continue service as a trustee of the Brawley Elementary School Board and continue serving. So with that, I would just like to thank you if you did have the opportunity to listen to me. And I hope that I've done enough to convince you to vote for me.